Elon Musk has a security scare, and some people don't get it. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is another declaration of truth from your host, Terry A. Hurlbut. Yesterday, Elon Musk had a very bad security scare. Last night, in direct response, he suspended a respectable handful of accounts of journalists. All have a leftist bias, and all have ties to the legacy media, one way or another. So legacy media organs announced re-evaluation of their relationship with Twitter. Sadly, very few people, even among his allies, understand the real risk to which Elon Musk had to respond. Before I dive into this, I do want to shout out to the prime sponsor of this channel, which is Conservative News and Views. Link in the description. Be sure to check out the awesome CNAV Store. Scroll down near the bottom for that link. Lots of great merchandise there, including this t-shirt that I have chosen for today, which reads, 1984 was not an instruction manual, which is somewhat related to the discussion we have today. Although some people might not think it's entirely related. One more thing. If you like what you're about to hear, you can like this video. You can also click on the bell icon to get a notice every time I come out with a new one. In fact, do you see that icon over to the right? It's a heart shape with a US dollar sign in it. That's the super thanks icon. If you really want to keep these videos coming, click on that and leave me a tip. Any currency will do, so long as it's legal tender. So, what spooked Elon Musk? The scare started 2 days ago when Elon Musk discovered and suspended an account called Elon Jet. This account was reporting in real time the coordinates of his private jet. After suspending the account, Musk promulgated a simple rule: do not give anyone's location in real time. Musk would consider that a physical safety violation and would suspend any account that did that forthwith. I have a link in the description to that statement that he put that out at 4:13 p.m. Pacific time. I also have a link to another tweet that came out more than 3.5 hours later. This tweet is in reply to a description of a very serious incident. Apparently, some unknown subject, the police call them unsubs, wearing a mask covering his mouth but not his nose or eyes, followed the limousine carrying Elon's young son. He then blocked the car's path, got out of his car, jumped on the hood of the little boy's car. Now, if that were your son, what would any of you do? The person of interest is driving a late model white Hyundai sedan. I can't figure out the model. License number Charlie Juliet 82 Golf 38. Musk asks anyone who has seen man or car to contact the Los Angeles Police Department. In addition, Musk spoke of legal action against Jack Sweeney, the owner of the Elon Jet account, and anyone else wishing harm upon himself and or his family. That started a debate, which turned snide when a certain user tried to excuse the act of doxing. I have 5 links in the description to a thread in which that someone seems to think that Jack Sweeney was within his rights to do what he did. Someone pointed out that home addresses are public information also, but if you were to share the mayor's home address, expect a visit. I'll let you imagine from whom. So then the thread passed to the activities of libs of TikTok, then to a further discussion that touched on confusing messages to children on very sensitive subjects. Now, rather than repeat these here, I'll ask you to follow the thread, but while advising parental judgment and discretion. In another thread, 2 users accused Elon of making rules up as he went along. Someone else didn't want to admit the full implications of that hood jumping incident. Sad. I've said it before and I'll say it again. The souls of many of my fellow Americans are in a very dark place. Furthermore, no one, now making snide comments about Elon Musk making up rules as he goes, seems to have read the Twitter rules. I have. The private information and media policy, to which I've left a link in the description, provides that no user, without the consent of an affected party, may share, and I quote, home address or physical location information including street addresses, global positioning system coordinates, or other identifying information related to locations that are considered private, or live location information, including information shared on Twitter directly or links to third-party web addresses of travel routes, actual physical location, or other identifying information that would reveal a person's location regardless of whether this information is publicly available. Close quote. Now, to address the canard about making stuff up as he went along, I submitted that policy page link to the Wayback Machine. A listing of snapshots shows that Twitter administration added the second paragraph at or before 7:11 p.m. Eastern Time last night plus 36 seconds. Before then, only the first paragraph applied, but even that might cover the suspension of Elon Jet, especially in the context of a direct attack against an individual or member of his family. The footage Elon shared clearly shows that such an attack took place. And the most disturbing observation is that certain users actually said that anyone facilitating that attack or a similar attack was within his rights. Bear this in mind when judging what Elon Musk did next. Before I describe that, I want to shout out to a sponsor who can really help you through the economic storms to come. That sponsor is oursilverlines.com. Do you feel like you're working harder for your money just to get by? You are not alone. The fluctuating economy, employment issues, and unexpected changes in life have left many families struggling over the past few years. Collecting gold and silver can help shield you against many of these challenges. But if you're like me many years ago, you don't know where or how to start. Our Silver Lines helps by connecting you with thousands of members who are learning the secrets to creating and protecting true wealth by collecting precious metals. Whether you just want to collect rare and unique coins or take advantage of the business opportunities this company provides, they can help you learn to live an exceptional life. Visit oursilverlines.com to learn how you can build a legacy for your future. Now then, apparently several journalists, all with a leftist bias, shared either the address of Elon Jet or some of the information upon which Elon Jet relied. The first to do this, apparently, was Keith Olbermann. At 8:34 p.m. Eastern Time last night, the Hodge twins accounts noted the suspension and the grounds. I have a link in the description to their tweet and to the next tweet from Good Morning America carrying a report accusing Musk of suspending at least 5 more accounts, but giving no names. We also heard a statement from CNN stating that they would reevaluate their relationship with Twitter, whatever that could mean. Jack Posobiec covered the suspension better than anyone. I have links in the description to 4 tweets, either that from him directly or retweets by him. Beginning at 8:05 p.m. Eastern Time, he listed as many of the suspended accounts as he could find in real time. The names are Aaron Rupert, independent journalist, Drew Harwell from the Washington Post, Ryan Mack from the New York Times, Donnie O'Sullivan from CNN, another account calling itself It's Going Down News, and Keith Olbermann, who probably needs no introduction. And then Jack Posobiec reported that Elon joined a Twitter space with several journalists to tell them that they have no special privilege to break the private information and media policy. Libby Edmonds at the Post-Millennial reported on that in some detail. Now, since 10:56 p.m. Eastern Time last night, Elon Musk has been polling users, asking for recommendations on when to lift these suspensions. He closed one poll after 500,000 people had voted in it. I have a link in the description to that poll, and here are the results. 43% say to lift the suspensions now. 4.5% say tomorrow, which would mean today. 14.4% say after 7 days. And 38% say after a longer term than that. Now you tell me, where do you create the working majority? You can't even build a working majority out of the now and tomorrow votes. If you add the 7-day votes to the longer term votes, you get 52.5%. So anyone out there who says that Elon lost that poll is talking through his hat. Musk then left 2 more tweets, to which I've left links in the description. He pointed out that journalists will be subject to the same anti-doxing rules as will all other users. Then he pointed out that these people shared his real-time location, which he called assassination coordinates. I have already shown you how Elon could make a very good case to find those journalists' accounts in violation of the Twitter rules, considering the best information available to me as to when he added the rule about sharing live location information, and how you interpret the original paragraph beginning with the phrase home address and other personal information. In the second tweet he left, he says, quote, if anyone posted real-time locations and addresses of New York Times reporters the FBI would be investigating, there'd be hearings on Capitol Hill, and President Biden would give speeches about end of democracy, unquote Elon Musk. Right now, Elon has another poll running. I've left a link in the description to that too. The options are now or 7 days. At this, the last time I checked, nearly 60% were saying now. And for the record, I voted for a 7-day suspension. Reaction varies from how dare you to welcome to being a public figure to I would do the same. Libby Emmons' article from the Post-Millennial has the best available collection of tweets. I've left 6 of them in the description. First, Mike Solana confirmed that half of those named really had posted links to the Elon Jet account. He concluded that they had violated a real rule, as I have already shown. Another user quoted a tweet by Taylor Lorenz saying that maybe she would be next. She isn't. Her account is still live. Another user thinks it's funny to watch some of these people realize that someone is applying the Twitter rules to them for a change. Clearly, they're not used to that. Mr. Tim Pool said something interesting. Now, after observing everything that Elon had posted up to that time, he said that the only thing that's changed at Twitter is the ideologically of the one having the controlling vote. Actually, Twitter was in the hands of a committee with BlackRock and Vanguard at the head of it. So, as I covered last springtime, still, I must allow that Tim Pool has more room to criticize or to judge than most. Last week, some unsubs attacked one of Tim Pool's houses. Now, he wasn't there, and his staff opened fire and put those suckers to flight. Elon has definitely said that the accounts that he suspended will be suspended for 7 days. Now, that policy seems definite enough. Then, user ALX suggested that any account suspension display clearly show the term of suspension and exactly what rule the account holder broke. Elon said he would definitely add that feature. Currently, the display just says that Twitter suspends those who violate its rules. That's far from clear, and Elon admitted as much and is now on record pledging to fix it. He further said that a time delay on reporting a location that would not put people at serious risk of an untoward event would serve. That I find an eminently workable compromise. The best time delay is after a reasonable observer would assume that person wasn't there anymore. In other news, I am still waiting for the release of the 6th installment of the Twitter files. So are many other accounts whom I follow. Then Elon said shortly before I started sitting here that today comes the coup de grace. What that means, I don't know. I'll tell you when I find out. Link in the description to the article, the first policy and scare thread, to 2 debate threads, 7 tweets between them, to the private information and media policy from the Twitter rules, to 6 tweets in all covering the raft of suspensions last night, to the first poll Elon commissioned, to his 2 tweets pointing out the obvious, to his second poll, to 6 more tweets giving reaction, to my Declaration of Truth Twitter account, and to Conservative News and Views. I've also left links to the awesome CNAV Store and oursilverlines.com, as I also mentioned. You know already about how to like a video, turn on notifications, and leave a tip. On the end screen, I'm going to leave a subscribe link to my channel and a link to my Twitter War playlist, to Dr. Steve Turley's live stream giving his take on the suspension, and that's where I learned Whiskey Tango Foxtrot Jack, this Jack Sweeney character is, and up to 1 other reaction video if I can find it. This is Terry A. Hurlbut delivering another Declaration of Truth and reminding you to let the truth set you free.